Hey, good morning. It's Saturday morning and out at the Georgetown Lake again. I'm on the Goodwater Loop. It's about at mile 16. It's a really hot day. Today I've got XOSKIN, tote socks, and my Altra Olympus floors. And I'm gonna go for a run. Carrying a small bottle today so I can go a little bit further. So let's go. So today, no big topics, but I'm trying out some new things. I adjusted my GoPro. I noticed that on big screen TVs and basically anything not mobile phone or computer, my video didn't look so good. I've been filming on activity mode, which is for sports, but it's the standard setting from GoPro for sports. And I was checking out one channel called Loam Rider. He's a very big YouTuber, mountain bike rider, very fast, very good rider, but also an expert in GoPros because he's always filming his bike adventures. And the interesting thing is, he says that the standard GoPro settings suck. They're not right. So I've changed my settings to 4K. So instead of 2.7K, I'm filming at 4K right now. My camera will do up to 5K, but playback's a little bit more difficult. So I'm doing 4K today. He says 4K is good enough. And so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm also changed my contrast, my ISO setting. He says that contrast is standard from GoPro. Makes things look too sunny. Can't see the ground very well. So I'm hoping that improves. And so leave me a comment. Let me know if my videos are looking better in quality wise. Audio, I still have the wind filter on. He says turn it off, but I don't know. I think mountain biking, they're not breathing very heavy too, because they're just riding. So I left that on. I may try that next time. But interesting to see how my video turns out. This trail's nice. I've run on it before. A lot of hikers on this one because it's rocky, but it doesn't have the real sharp rocks. And it's a quick, I guess it's about a quarter mile down to the lake, even though can't see the lake, but it's right there. This is a popular place on this side of the lake to get to the lake for swimmers. You can hear the boats. It's a beautiful day for boating. I think we'll see some boats when we get down towards the lake. Other things going on the last few days. I'm practicing with my 8-year-old son a lot, boxing. He's really into it, so I'm taking advantage of that, trying to get him very active. He doesn't like running too much, but I'll break it to him later that running is a big part of boxing. That's what got me into running. And anyways, he's been watching real fights. This morning we watched Tyson Fury, which is one of my favorites. He's from the UK, but there's not really many good American fighters right now. Well, there's Deontay Wilder, but he's really not my style. He's kind of a bad boy type fighter. I don't like that. Disrespectful. We watched that fight. Wilder won this one. In the second rematch, Tyson Fury wins. Breaks the guy's eardrum. And I was trying to explain that to my son about balance, because all your balance is controlled by little cylinders in your ears. I don't know if it's actually the eardrum that does it, but it's something near the eardrum. Anyways, Wilder got his eardrum busted. Stop for a second, take a rock out of my shoe. I'm not wearing gaiters. Also, on these kind of vlogs, I usually don't do editing. I can just upload them much faster that way. And if I do editing, it can delay everything a day or two. So. But anyways, he busted up his ear real bad, started bleeding. Oh, here's some of the jagged rocks. And he lost his balance. The guy couldn't fight anymore. And eventually, Tyson Fury won. These guys are huge. You know, Tyson Fury from England, 6'9", 279 pounds. And he doesn't look fat or anything. He's just a huge guy. Wilder, I think he's like 6'7", 220. Much more slim and muscular. These guys are just giants, pounding on each other. I mean, these heavyweights, I mean, this is real, true heavyweights. You know they're heavyweights when the big distinction, you can talk today, big distinction in boxing, when heavyweight hits someone in the face, the shape of their face changes. That's how hard they're hitting them. And there were a couple shots like that. Anyways, teaching my son how to box, just trying to get him to keep his chin down. That's more important when you're fighting somebody. I don't want him to fight people, but I'm just teaching him the basics. And arm extensions, when you hit the bag, he gets too close, just hits it a lot of times, but he's not extending his arm, so he's losing a lot of power, not using his hips, turn into the punch, these kind of things. He's like, why is that important? Why is that important? Teaching about it. So, yeah, good morning. And he's getting a lot better because he likes to fight me more than the bag. And so we do that a couple times a day. He puts on the gloves. I'll let him hit my hands, but he wants to punch me. So. Morning.
Good morning.
But I know he's getting better because before I used to do just kind of windmill, roundhouse punches. But now he's starting to learn how to do jabs, straight extension jabs. We were watching one. YouTube's just an incredible resource, free resource. We were watching Tom Jeffries yesterday. He's got a video, 20 tips, top tips for boxing, intro, whatever, introduction. That's pretty sexy here. He was talking about throwing jabs, and I think Eli picked up on that. Anyways, he's hitting me harder now. He got me one time in the face. I blocked it, but he's progressing because he's not just doing the street house roundhouses anymore. That's how you know when you really learn how to box. So he's having fun, and I'm just kind of going with it. It's a great workout. I mean, he gets so tired that inside of his boxing gloves are sweaty, and he has to sit down. And most of the time we're boxing inside in the air conditioning. So it's a great workout if you're really going at it. So just keep working on technique, and he'll get better. He did a martial arts class before, but he didn't like it too much. He says he wants to do it again, but I'm not really keen on that. I think he won't be the. You really need to be in a few years to learn something, and I'd prefer him to learn boxing, because I know a lot about it, and we now have the equipment at home. So, boy, there's a lot of mud on this trail. I don't know why. Hasn't rained many days. Must be from a spring or something. I mean, it's been really hot the last few days. Upper 90s yesterday. So the last couple of days. So anything that rained, it would be gone. So, must be some springs leading to the lake, but last time I ran out here, I don't remember these. Let's see what else is going on for me. Just doing some work around the house. I gotta put in an alarm system that I actually bought 4 months ago. Just haven't got around to doing it. It's one of those wireless ones you put cameras everywhere. We don't have any crime in our neighborhood, at least not yet, but it's a good idea to put one in. And that I'm gonna reorganize my gym this weekend. It's just too crowded. I need to get rid of some stuff, and I'm gonna organize the boxing area a little bit better, because my 80-pound bag is on a Everlast frame that's made for hanging a bag, and it's fine. My son's hitting it, doesn't move the frame, but when I hit it, the frame starts moving. You can put weights on it, you know, plates to hold it in place. So I'm gonna do something like that. Morning.
Hey.
So also I want to start deadlifting again, just organize it, and I'm going to organize it in a way so that a corner of my garage, my main part of my gym, is also going to be like a studio for filming. I can do technical reviews, also weightlifting stuff, or more of it. Done it before, started doing it already. And my YouTube channel is focused on running, but also cross training, weightlifting, maybe boxing, some cycling. It's a little bit of everything. Whenever I'm interested in doing it at that time. Technical section. Hello. I'm carrying a water bottle today because it's already almost 90 degrees. It's 10, not even 10 yet. But I was like, well, how am I going to unscrew the bottle carrying a GoPro? So what I did is I loosened up the lid so I can undo it with my teeth, take a drink if I need to. That was the idea, but I started running with it and it was leaking. Decided to snug it up again. So we'll see how that works. I do have other mounts for my GoPro. I have a chest mount, which I use for mountain biking. It's not really good for running. I'm using because it bounces up too much. You get some bounce when I'm holding it like now, but I've got hyper smooth on, which is a function of GoPro. It's supposed to help make it not bounce too much. There's still some bounce, but the point of it is if I use a chest strap, the video will be bouncing constantly. So I'll try to keep it stable as possible. Anyways, I've been learning about that stuff. On a bike, a chest strap works good because you're not bouncing up and down really too much. What's interesting is on a bike mount, you gotta point the camera almost pointing up 45 degrees. You think you'd point the camera straight, but when you ride a bike, you lean down to the handlebars. So if you have it straight, you'll be filming the handlebars. Learn these tricks from some of these pros that do this on YouTube. There's really an art to it all. So slowly but surely, hopefully my videos are getting better. And we're at the lake. Got some boaters out there today. A bunch of people skiing. See somebody pulling a raft. It's a nice day for skiing. I just hesitated there for a second because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go that way or the other way. So, still taking fuel at least once per day. I've been losing weight, I think a few pounds per week. I'm still trying to get down to my target, which is 185. I've got a lot of races planned for August, October, December. Those are 100 milers, so I may have some smaller races before that. I think I'm gonna turn around. It's kind of a boring part of the trail there. We'll try to go down to the lake. Been using my Rogue bike a lot. I'm getting better on it. If you've never tried a Rogue Echo bike, it's really an incredible workout. I bought one. They're not too expensive. They're really big, sturdy. Not really big. They're just normal bike size, but it's like a stationary bike, but it's really made well. Well, the Rogue is famous for that because they make a lot of weight equipment. The bike's only $650, something like that, and it comes almost fully assembled. It's really a good deal. And anyways, it's used in CrossFit competitions. You know, people always say CrossFit people are the most fit people in the world. I don't know about that, but they got some pretty tough exercises. But when in competition, when they do the Rogue bike, they measure the time in calories, not in time or miles. Now when I post, this is muddy. When I post to Strava, I post in miles. Oh, this is really pretty. Look at these pink flowers. I don't know what those are. Boy, they're just everywhere here. I haven't seen them before. I really like plants. When I was in high school, I learned all the trees of the Texas and would go around, look at a tree and try, or flowers, and try to figure out what it is. I kind of wanted to be a botanist. Would have been a cool job. In college, I wanted to be an astronomer. Would have been a cool job, but both those jobs I wouldn't have made any money. The plants are amazing. Somebody's fishing there. Plants are amazing, and there's some plants that are deadly as can be in people's front yards, like oleander, very pretty pink flowers, but commonly sold at Home Depot, and people put it in their front yard. Just scares me when children playing with them. Most people don't even know because they don't know plants. Some plants are completely harmless and some are deadly poison. There's one video on YouTube, the most poisonous plants in the world. It's pretty cool. There's like a outdoor plant museum in the UK, and they got all those plants in there. Some of them just touch and will get you really sick. And it all goes back thousands of years, you know. Like in China when the princesses, you know, because back in the long time ago, the Huangdi, or the kings, emperors actually how they call it, but in Chinese it's called Huangdi. They had 9 wives. I don't want to go through here. Snakes here. I go over here. Anyways, the top princess, called the Niao Niao. I used to like watching these soap operas when I lived in China. They're all about the same thing. It's funny as can be. But anyways, these ladies were always trying to kill each other because they don't want 9 the emperor to have 9 wives. They didn't want to be number 1. But the funny thing is, if one of them dies, he gets another one, because he gets to have 9 wives all at the same time. And he's even got a guy in the royal, you know, they got people doing everything, but I forget what it's called, but they've got a guy that memorizes the menstrual cycle of every one of his wives, so he doesn't need birth control. Knows exactly which one he can sleep with at the right time. This is how they did it thousands of years ago. I think it's funny as hell. Pretty clever though. But a lot of beautiful plants out here. It's real hot. There's a bunch of snakes out here, but snakes are smarter than humans. When it's hot, they go inside. You got poison ivy out here too, but I haven't seen it. I'm also kind of lucky. We'll go back this way and then go across. I'm pretty lucky too, because most plants don't bother me, and mosquitoes don't like to bite me either. So I guess my blood doesn't taste good. My son's the same way. They won't bite him, but my wife and my daughter Ella, they go to town. They love to bite them. I wear some off when I run out here, just to keep ticks off. Because ticks don't care who you are. Ticks are not too bad in this area, but we do have them. Speaking of boxing, controversy over the Mayweather fight against the YouTuber. There's one clip that shows Mayweather hitting him hard. Logan Paul. There's Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Jake Paul's fighting soon. Jake Paul's a better fighter. Anyways, Mayweather hit him and then held him up so he wouldn't fall down. At least that's what people are claiming. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
No.
Tough hill here. Anyways, Logan Paul is pretty pissed off about it. He thought he gained some respect by going 8 rounds with Mayweather, which I agree. I think Logan Paul won the fight, even though Mayweather had more points. When you got a kid, I know he's much younger, he's 30 pounds heavier. I don't care. He's got like 1 or 2 fights. Just been training 1 year maybe. And you can go 8 rounds with Mayweather, which is arguably one of the best fighters of all time. I think Mayweather should be embarrassed. And he says it was exposition. He's just making money, and he didn't care about it too much. I don't buy that. If you watch the interviews before the fight, he said he don't play boxing. Like, basically, he's gonna go in there and beat his ass in the first round. That didn't happen. Actually, Logan Paul had some pretty good hits. Now, he was clenching a lot. What that means is bear hugging Mayweather, because he got getting too tired. Mayweather ate him alive about that. Mayweather can go for a long time. Like I said before, fighting 3 or 4 rounds is really difficult. To go 10 rounds, I think it was, man, that's a long time. So they were both tired, but Logan Paul was hurting the worst, so he clinched a lot. And when you got someone 30 pounds bigger than you and taller than you clinching you, you're not getting away until the ref breaks you up. And that's what happened. But Mayweather had plenty of opportunities to knock him out and didn't do it. So a lot of people think the fight was a little bit fixed. I think there's some credibility to that. But Jake Paul's fighting next. He's fighting an MMA fighter. I forgot his name. That guy's a real badass. I mean, really, the guy he fought last time was a wrestler. And this guy's a striker. One of the best strikers in MMA. So I don't think it means that Jake Paul's gonna lose, but it's definitely gonna be the toughest fight he's had. So we'll see how that goes. There's also a lot of controversy because MMA fighters, even the top ones, are making 1 million, 2 million a fight. Mayweather made 100 million and Jake Paul about 30 million. So everyone's pretty pissed off about that. They think Dana White's screwing them. Dana White's the head of the UFC. Well, it's just like running, pro running, or any sport. It's what matters is your social media following. That's half of it, maybe 60%, maybe 75%. You know, I mean, there's some Nike runners. They're the best in the world. They don't make the biggest salary in running because they don't have as many sponsorships, because they don't do social media very good. Just like Jim Walmsley, he's by far the best trail runner. He's got some sponsorships, but he sucks on social media. I think there are a lot of much slower people that make more money in trail running because of their social media. They get a lot more sponsorships. And bottom line is, these apparel companies and shoe companies want to sell equipment, and by unboxing they want to sell pay-per-view. Everybody wanted to see a YouTuber get the shit kicked out of them, and that didn't happen. These guys are genius. Logan Paul, you know, was on Disney Channel for a while. Very successful YouTuber doing crazy stuff. So he's got a big following, 20 million, something like that. Mayweather the same way. So that's what's gonna mean the money of fights. Even tonight there's like 10 YouTubers versus 10 TikTokers in a fighting match in Miami. Some pay-per-view. My son wanted to watch it. I was like, oh, we'll watch it a few days later. I don't want to buy the pay-per-view, but I bet a bunch of them are gonna make good money. I mean, there's people like FaZe Jarvis fighting, Michael Lee, the top TikToker. The guy's got like 40 million followers. You know, people want to see him. None of them are boxers, but there's 10 fights. Famous YouTubers versus famous TikTokers. So who's going to come out at the end of the night? YouTube or TikTok? That's going on tonight in Miami. So it's all about social media. You know, that's why I tried hard on Instagram for a while. I gave it up, like I said in my last video, but that was my idea. I'm just gonna focus on YouTube and Strava. Hello.
Howdy.
My Strava's going well. I'm gaining about 10 people a day. People are serious on Strava. They want to meet like-minded people. You know, I like it a lot. So, it's okay. Oh, okay. So, I guess the main subject for today is boxing. I didn't plan it to be that way. But let me know in the comments how your weekend's going. Plan to do some technical reviews this weekend. One on lighting.
Look out, Jojo.
Hi there. These are sharp rocks here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how my video comes out in 4K. I think it'll be a lot better. There's also a setting on my GoPro called cinematic, which is 5K, but they said it warns you that most computers can't play it back. I checked on YouTube and you can upload 5K. So with a mountain biker I was watching said it didn't make much difference, 5K, 4K. So I just left it on 4K. That way I know I can play it back, not have any technical difficulties. Because if you do something wrong, you lost the whole video. That's the thing, it's hard to fix videos. You can edit them with wrong format or something. Makes it more difficult. Well, carried my bottle of water, I still haven't drank any. It's not that bad today. It's hot, but this trail has a lot of canopy. This is the Goodwater Trail near I think it's Phillips Park. Anyways, near mile 16. So I did a video a couple days ago, and this is direct opposite on the other side of the park. Well, like I said before, the Goodwater Loop is 26 miles, and this is mile, up here is mile 16, so there's another 10 miles, so it's about halfway around the lake. It's a big lake. It doesn't look big, but it is. You ever notice it's weird how some cedar trees will be flowering and then others won't? It's the flowering ones that cause people problems with their allergies. They're like little blueberries. I think they're dangerous to eat too. Even my children were asking me, can you eat those? And I was like, no. I think birds can eat them, but nobody else. Maybe bears, but we don't have bears in Texas. We have bobcats, we have some mountain lions, extremely rare, but mostly deer. I don't know, maybe deer eat them, I don't know. I need to look that up. If you know whether or not you can, animals eat cedar berries, let me know in the comments. If you'd like to get in touch with me, do some collaboration, or send me some equipment for review, send me an email at runnerrwe@gmail.com. I'm also interested to interview more of my friends. I don't like to interview pros because that's what 90% of the channels and podcasts do. I like to interview average runners like myself. Hello. You can send me an email or leave me a comment on YouTube or on Strava. That's runnerrwe@gmail.com. On your left. Well, that's it for today. See, mile 16.6. Hope you have a great weekend. This is Richard, Mile 62 channel, signing off. Have a good run. Enjoy your weekend. Bye for now.